Hello everybody, we have a little bit of a different video here today and hopefully you guys enjoy it. It is a story of how I became a CFL fan. Now before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel and you are interested in the CFL, or if you're learning about the CFL, I'd love to have you here along the way because I hope to make this a career. But anyway, let's talk about how I became a CFL fan. Basically 2017, 2017 I was with a buddy and he just said, hey, I'm watching the 2017 Grey Cup Canadian Football League. I had no idea what that was, by the way. I had a vague idea, but he said, you want to watch this? This is a great game. So we ended up just sitting there all at once and watching the whole 2017 Grey Cup, kind of explain some things to me. This is Ricky Ray. This is, the Argonauts, the Stampeders, all that good stuff. And I just sat there and loved the game. And I loved it so much that a little bit later, I think in the day I said, hey, do you want to watch the CFL with me if we're able to watch it here in the States? Because, of course, I'm from the U.S. And he said, of course, yeah, let's get into it. And we waited a little bit longer because we were trying to figure out what teams we'd want to like. And we tried to figure out how to watch games in the U.S. going into the 2018 season. He ended up picking the Blue Bombers, and I ended up not really having a team to start out just because the Lions kind of had an helmet at the time, or logo, I should say, on the helmet. So I kind of was just like, I'm going to sit back and do my thing. And going into the 2018 season, we were so pumped, and game one happens. And we realized there is no way, at least to our knowledge at the time, that you can watch CFL games in the US. So we're bummed out. We end up really not watching any of the games because we can't find a way to watch the games. And so we just kind of follow the scores online, on Instagram, stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. And eventually, I think for him, he kind of fell out of it. He said, if we can't really watch the games, I like to keep up with it, but I'm not going to be like a big fan or whatever. And that was kind of the case for me too. I was just like, I love the league, but if I can't watch the games and I'm only watching the highlights, it really leaves you wanting for more. So as time went on, I got a little bit busy with life and it kind of fell by the wayside. And just one night randomly, I was thinking about it. This was in 2019. It would have been December of 2019. I was like, you know what? I want to check in on the CFL. I want to see if the Blue Bombers were able to win the Grey Cup, all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. I go on there, I look at the playoff history, all that good stuff, to see Winnipeg did win their first Grey Cup in almost 3 decades. And I was really happy for them. Next thing you know, I am just all in looking at all this stuff about the league, and I say, you know what? I got to find a way to watch these games. Of course, fast forward a little bit, and I'm looking forward to the 2020 season that gets canceled, but I say, you know what? That's not going to stop me this time. I want to keep up with the league. And as time progressed, I ended up making my Instagram account in September of 2020, which is how we got here to the point where I put out CFL content. And I was already a big Vancouver Canucks fan, and the Lions had got rid of the pretty atrocious logo on the helmet, and I said I'm going to be a Lions fan, so I just kind of poured in more and more time. 2020 was a tough year though, because you have to remember, with the season being canceled, we weren't even sure if the league was going to come back. There was a lot of ifs, ands, or buts, and I was really feeling down. I actually almost deleted my Instagram account in November of 2020, but I hung with it, and of course, here we are at the point where we just, for like a year and a half, made Instagram content, and then I got to the point, I believe back in June, right before the season started, my lovely wife said, hey, why don't you make a YouTube? You love the CFL, why don't you do that? And that's where we are. As of today, if you're new, of course, it's me, Lions fan, trying to be as unbiased as possible, make as much CFL content as possible. This is my story as a USA fan. Was finally able to watch the games because I'm able to watch them all on ESPN Plus, which is a big bonus. So if you are from the States, you can get it through a Verizon plan, or if you have ESPN, you can usually watch a lot of those games. But yeah, that's how I eventually got here. Kind of a jumbled story. Buddy showed me the league. We both kind of fell out of it. I got back into it, started to cover the content, even if I didn't know if I'd be able to watch the games. Then realized I could watch them on ESPN Plus. Always good, kind of a weird jumbled up story, but that's kind of how my brain works. But yeah, if you are new or if you're here regularly, let me know how you got in the CFL. I'd love to hear that, and I'm hoping this video does well so we can get more fans either to come to the league or fans to show their support for the league. Anyway, if you like this video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new. Everybody, please stay safe. Have a great night.